execution now. The draft is done, and it's time to see.
We will see a new clash between Falcon and Mythical Seal. We are going to see the Banner picks. We are seeing Uranus, and we are seeing Eve for the blue side, Uranus for the red side. It's a kind of target bans we are seeing for each team.
No, I believe it's a meta ban, and for Uranus actually it's a target ban, but for the other like Eve, Lancelot, you know, it's a meta ban. I believe Mythic Seal, they know that someone in actually, I'm not going to say who, I know who, but I'm not going to say who, from Team Falcon that actually is a pro with Uranus. But the other bans are basically meta bans. They know that whoever goes for these picks has the upper hand, so they would actually they're playing it safe from the beginning, from the first match. But I believe no more testing waters. What do you think? Or are they going to test waters for this match?
For Team Falcon, they will not test waters because they are confident with it, and they are confident with their playstyle. Like, they are saying, let's stick to the plan, and we will not change it, whatever happens.
All right.
But for Mythical Seal, they will test the water.
I can see Mythic Seal is actually, they might actually go for a Fanny. This is the first time you might see actually Fanny today.
Fanny always banning.
Yeah, Fanny is always in the ban. So are they actually going to go for it, or are they still thinking about it? As for Team Falcon, of course, Zushin is actually, you know, an easy pick. You know, it's an auto pick, I would say. But Myth, are they actually going for Fanny? No, they're not. They're going for Esmeralda and Yi Sun-Shin, which is the safer, actually, pick, to be honest. Because if they pick Fanny from the beginning, they know Team Falcon are pros. They know that what they're doing. They're very experienced. That they would know who to pick to actually, you know, stop Fanny from farming at all.
But for Team Falcons, as far as I know, they like to play on the structured team fight more than random team fights, random objectives. They like to make it like on the rhythm, on like ABC, until they will win the game. But for Team Mythic, maybe they will not predict it until like they will see inside the game what happens and what's going on like in the first 5 minutes, let's say.
Yeah, most probably. As I see, Team Falcon is actually going for the safe picks, you know, the guaranteed picks like Arlott and Fredrin. You know, they're looking for basically a kind of a mid to late game picks. From what I can see, Myth is actually doing the same thing as well, going for the Esmeralda and Yi Sun-Shin, which actually kind of, you know, tells what they're planning to go for, which are they actually following the same route as Team Falcons.
For Team Falcons, like they are trying to focus on their objectives and the early team fights, and Team Mythic, they need to avoid the early team fights and the early objectives, and they need to trade it with, let's say, towers and kills.
Exactly, yes. And what surprises me is actually Mythic is they went for the Grok pick, which is actually a first time for us to see him play. Is it confidence from Team Falcon, or you know, is it something else? Actually, they didn't actually expect Mythic to actually go for the Grok pick. But let's see the second ban phase, starting with Team Mythic. Who are they gonna go for? They went for a Gatotkacha ban. We can see, and of course,
Farsa.
Okay, they went for a Farsa ban. This is very interesting. I can see they're targeting the. We have an XP laner, we have a jungler, we have a mage in Team Falcon, so we still have a roamer and a marksman or a gold laner for Team Falcon that they would actually go for.
Some of teams at home, they know how to play around the Grok. Like Team Falcons, maybe they are not scared like other teams. Like other teams, we are seeing always Grok ban. They are not. We didn't see him until now. It's the first time. So Team Falcons, maybe they have the confidence to like we will play against, and we play around it, and they can counter it also.
Most probably, yes, they might counter it, but it's unlikely. Hildeman as a roamer, they're actually making it kind of harder for Team Falcon to go for the roamer. But there are still lots of options like Tigreal, there is Matilda, there is, I would say, Atlas. There are lots of actually other roamers picks But what would they go for in that case? We will see. So Ruby ban is the final ban for Team Falcon. I'm kind of surprised that they actually went for Ruby ban because we already have Brock and we already have Esmeralda.
Maybe they are scared, like they will play more crowd controls, and they like we don't need annoying heroes. Like enough Grok we have, like it's against us. No need for Ruby, so they will play around like safer picks for them.
Actually, even if Ruby went for a gold lane, I would counter her by picking a marksman.
Yeah.
You know, because Ruby should actually get very close to me in order, as a marksman, to actually target me or try to kill me. Which I'm kind of surprised. Why would they go for such a ban? But anyways, Khalid is actually such a good pick if they're actually gonna go for it. As for the mid laner in Team Mythic, they picked Kimmy. Okay, Team Falcons are actually taking risks right now.
We will see Khalid this time.
Yeah, we might see Khalid and we might see Granger. As a safe pick for a marksman, I believe Obsidia would be actually the better pick than Granger, but
Granger.
Yeah, they're taking the risks. They're taking the
At
risks.
this point, do you think who has the clearer win condition now?
For now, it is not easy to say, to be honest. It is not easy to say. Both teams, they have amazing picks. Are we going to see a Fanny? I don't think so. Are we going to see a Fanny?
To be honest, the Grok, both teams are like surprised me with their picks. It's like now 50-50, and in the paper also it's 50-50, and because you cannot predict it, because Team Falcons, they have their own play style, and maybe we will see the early games rotations and focusing more than late game, and also objectives and the map control more with Falcons more than Mythic. But Mythic, the last pick, they will go for Labu Labu.
They actually went for Lapu Lapu,
Wow.
which who was going to go facing actually Khalid in this match. This is both teams' draft picks are amazing. This is the first time that I'm actually clueless.
So we don't know who we are giving the draft advantage to.
No, both teams are actually did a great job in
Okay.
their draft picks.
Since we don't know, what does each team then need to do in-game for this draft to succeed?
Yeah. For me, Falcon, they need to play around the early game, as I said, because for me, my playstyle is early game always, and objectives. If you take these two, you are winning this game and you can snowball easy. But Team Mythic, they need to resist that snowball, and they need to avoid the early skirmishes and early fights, early aggressiveness.
I believe actually both teams are playing for the mid to late game, and this match might actually, I believe it will actually take a while to end. We're going to have lots of team fights, we're going to have lots of pushes, so it will actually take a while. This is going to be a one long game.
Yeah, teams are ready and it's time to get into the action. From all of us here at the desk, let's send it over to our casters for Game 1 of Team Falcons versus Mythic Seal.
Thank you so much, panel, for the breakdown here. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's me, Naisu, with Wolf to bring you our last and final series of the day. This best-of-3 elimination match between Team Falcons and Mythic Seals. We've got some good drafts here. I would say on both fronts, Wolf. I think both of them serve the purpose really well. But I don't know, man. I'm going to have to lean towards the potential here with Team Falcons lineup. Just because... I'll throw that out there, just because the Arla and the Dushin have been working wonders, especially paired with a Fredrin in there. And Troll, he's got a Khalid. So this is a solid lineup for me in my book for Team Falcons for Game 1.
I guess the term that we can use is it's a balanced lineup, right? You have your late game scaling with a Granger, you have so much early game courtesy of the Fredrin. You want to poke into the mid lane. And then the Dushin with this Khalid is just so strong in the mid lane that can help this Fredrin Arlot combo, right? So I can't blame you. This is such a balanced lineup coming up from Team Falcons. Mythic Seal, however, they have employed their Eastern Chain, was the Trini, with the Grok, which is also very strong in the mid. I am expecting a lot of team fighting from both teams.
Man, just think how long Grok Kimmy has been a combination. Oh, is this going to break out?
Okay, fight going gonna break out. Troll actually poking King Cash out there. In comes the lift onto Senju, and Senju is gonna go down so quickly. Team Falcons have not started the turtle yet, but they're already taking out one member of the field, trying to go for more plays as they try to invade the camera. But I'm pretty sure that they have planted themselves so easily to take this turtle. As the East and Shin is so far out, I don't think that Mythic Seal will try to engage anymore.
Unless, I was just saying, some ways, somehow, Kuhn is just like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just try to take this. And the Retribution's used to secure it by Boyette. Right now, Team Falcons not massively ahead or anything like that, but based on that decision-making, that's what we've seen from them. You know, you got to remember Team Falcons throughout the group stage and their performances, they are the team that has gone through the ringer, man. Each of their series in the groups was 3 games, right? They went 3 games versus the Mongols, then they went 3. Oh, Sanji! Okay, Sandy's out of the picture. That's a good play there for Mythic Seal, but that's what I'm saying. Team Falcons has been through the 3-game series. They've gone. They almost also against RQ Hoshi. Right? They had a great series against them. It was unfortunate they couldn't win that, but definitely improving. Again, Team Falcons, a team that has so much experience. We've seen these players play for quite a while now internationally. Hold on top.
Oh, Troll be punished out there. Boyd wants to fight this, especially because he has his teammates backing him up. Without any minions, without any true reward, they will not continue. With that, San almost taking out Ruby Didi down the bottom lane. Fortunately for the Esmeralda, survives. Now, Team Falcons as well as Mythic Seal, I think that they're just going to be farming their own side of the jungle. Going to be waiting for 38 more seconds because that's going to be the next big objective that these two teams will be looking for.
Yeah, possible. If that was a pickup for Sano, that would have been great for him. Again, you know, a Granger versus an Esmeralda is going to be a little bit more difficult to actually get a kill by yourself in that lane. So maybe Team Falcons can kind of figure out a way to go ahead and potentially let Sano scale up. Oh, Cuffin.
Humble. Will not commit to that because, well, I think smartly they will skip that kill for now because they can get more if they do decide to take it around this turtle time. And Boyet as well as the rest of Team Fight can be prepping up for this next turtle. The expanding reverse troll, or they poking down Boyet, but obviously this drop is very tiny. Boyet versus Boyet in the turtle fight. Nice usage of the rampart to reset this turtle, prolonging the team fight now for Team Falcons. Coffin already scouting out where the Esmeralda is. Can they kill out that? There is an initiation coming out from Kun, but they will miss Boyet. In fact, it will be enough to show that the members of Team Falcons. The turtle now goes in favor of Mythic Seal, even prompting a flicker coming out from Sanji. I think Mythic Seal, just by positioning an aura alone, they have won an important team fight.
Yeah, and it seemed like the decision there was to just let Sano stay in that gold lane, get some of that extra gold from the turret, and that's exactly what they did. So even though the turtle goes over, nothing too much a loss for Team Falcons right now. Not sure if this is going to be a play here, Bob.
Ooh, kind of with that, but we didn't survive Rampart to block any kind of additional out there. Mythic Seal have not been successful in taking out Ruby Didi down the bottom lane, but they will lose their turret up top. So Mythic Seal are just getting the macro battle in here. So it seems. And but, you know, they quietly have built 1,000 gold lead over Team Falcon.
Yeah, slow and steady. Sano really working on this turret too. You know, they traded the objective again with Team Falcon's lineup. If they're not able to really find anything, it's just kind of waiting for that Granger to come online here now. If they were to try to find one of the targets, it's a little more difficult because of Mythic Steel's lineup. You know, it's a little bit harder to catch a Kemi, especially when she's able to get away. Or maybe this time for Ruby DD. Even this, when they commit, like Troll's been down here a couple times now. They do get Ruby DD low, but then, you know, they're not actually able to capitalize on a kill. I think they just really want this tier 1 turret in this bottom lane down so they can actually transition into another part of the map, but it's still not going to go down.
Oh, many times they have attempted a takedown onto Ruby DD. Ruby DD will escape death once more. They're going to be poked down in the mid lane. Seems like this is going to be the step down for the next turtle. Fredrin will have to go for the purple buff for now, whereas the Eastern Chain is still ways away from the turtle. However, this is still expanding reverse, so it's easier for them to position one of the teams. fact, Boyd is going to be starting the turtle fight right now. Stop it. The zone of members of the on the bottom though. Ruby Didi. Going to be Geraldo. 3 members going now onto Ruby Didi. The Esmeralda finally falls. Circle is being taken by the Kimi. Now Kun will have to brave this fighter away from that. Oh, what a tech charge.
Oh, tech charge.
And the stun will be there. This is for the disengaged Mythic Steel. They're going to be happy with a kill and a turtle for now. It's going to be zoning away the members of Team Falcons and happy to get out of that fight with only losing the Esmeralda in favor of a kill and a turtle.
Yeah, Ruby DD was able to go ahead and get, get that distraction that he was looking for so they could secure the turtle. And, unfortunately, Team Falcons doesn't really have the damage to take out some of the more tankier members unless they commit a lot to it. And that's what we see here. Traction Pulse thrown out.
Oh, Coffin has the ultimate for that one. Big skills. Looking like they want to make more plays out here. Martin will decide to just take away some of the green camp. Falcons. This economic damage that they're dealing to Team of Falcons right now. No need to rush. It will be a minute before the Lord fight happens, and all they have to do now is to farm up, be ready for the next big objective to happen.
One of the difficult things too, look at the gap between the junglers. Boy at level 10, King Flash farming like crazy, sitting at 13, and not stopping anytime soon. Even looking at the difference in gold, about 1,500 gold above Boyet right now, and the YSS is able to provide quite a bit of damage. And over in that gold lane, like I said, Sano is going to be the one that they're relying on with this Granger here. And the Fraser's Wrath thrown out, so I'm not sure if there's any follow-up though. They wanted to, but no.
Trying to poke down the Grok. If they did get a kill,
hard to get him.
It's kind of hard to do as of this moment. Now they have, unfortunately, they didn't have to waste any of their spells, any of their ultimates. It will be available for the upcoming Lord fight, which can happen soon. The prep now for Team Falcons is to push up the top lane, whereas for Mythic Steel, they're sending the Esmeralda into the bottom lane to set up a slow push. Arlott will have to answer for that. We'll have to clear that way so that will be even out. Now, all of a sudden, Ruby DB is in the middle of the fight, the belly of the beast. Genji will be in a prime spot to deal the damage to them. And the point is point. Down, Boy, once again, but in comes the Napo and the tech charge. It's not going to be good, but Boy is pushing onto the back lines, onto the Beast and They're zoning out this Beast from Mitchell, and in fact, he will die because of the time from Napo also Sanji. It will be a punishment. That is going to be the troll, but the jungler from Mythic still down. Falcon get another kill. That Ruby DD down for the count. They are very much happy there for this team fight. They're going to be waiting for the Frederick to get back into the fray and maybe take this First Lord as it glitches back to its fit.
Man, I'm not really sure what happened there for Mythic Seal. They had the advantage in terms of space to work with, but a couple misaligned ultimates brought them to this moment. They are going to be back to fight for this. King Flash making his way, half health on the Lord here.
Oh, something can be taken out. Sanji wants to go for an exchange. White is so low right now, and it's still holding on. That board. Oya will be the exchange, but Sanji will fall as well. Kun, mind sweeping, looking for a target. They have found Boyet. Ruby DB wants to get a kill. But King Flash instead will just take this turret. Mythic should have blatantly lost that fight, but fortunately for them, they have held on for quite a long time. They have equalized. All they need to do now is to defend against this Lord that Paul was able to steal away from Mythic.
It's actually pretty crazy because, the Praiser's Wrath was already used from Boyet, but then good timing on the Raging Sandstorm. Secures that Lord. It buys Team Falcons some of this time that they need to get this gold lead that Mythic Seal has maintained for a while now, for the majority of the game. Get it back under control, potentially get some more space to work with, and get these items, in the hands of Sano here to deal with some of these tankier members. This one thing that the Grok does do is it's just such a obstacle to get through, not only the ramparts, but just how he's able to kind of body block and give space for the rest of the team to work with here. So that tier 2 is going to go down. Tier 1 falls as well. So finally Team Falcons is able to make work across the map. They have basically gotten rid of the gold lead that Mythic Seal had. You know, it's still almost 1,000 here, but nothing too crazy. They're actually capable of fighting, is what they're showing us here for Team Falcons.
That's right.
Mythic Seal just doesn't want to make those positioning mistakes. You know, Ruby DD even himself needs to really watch where he initiates with the Falling Star Moon. That last team fight that broke out before that Lord was a trouble thing here. Here's Ruby DD.
You might have jinxed him. Has the bottom flicker just to get out. And apart from that, there is no overextension coming up from Mythic Seal. To be happy with just keeping Ruby DD alive at this moment. You're right. Positioning coming up from the XP laner of Mythic Seal needs to be fixed. Otherwise, he will be taken out so easily. With just the Oracle as a defensive item for this Esmeralda, it's not yet time for him to be in the spot where he can be taken out easily. And apart from that, it's the Stripers build coming out from Zenzu, which usually it's not good for a Kimi. I usually, you know, there are only few Kimi players that I would say has the license to actually pick up the Sky Piercer. But I guess how Nico Zenzu is playing right now with 3-1 and 0, yeah, probably you're allowed to pick up the Sky Piercer.
You gotta earn that right. Is that how it works? To have the Sky Piercer on the Kimmy, you know.
Right.
But yeah, that's one of the things. I mean, think how many times we've seen the Kimmy be picked in that mid lane though, Wolf. Like it's constantly been popped up, and we've said the same thing. You know, throughout the game, once that Kimmy's locked in, you've got a pretty good source of damage. And, you know, Traction Pulse just kind of helps you. I feel like Traction Pulse is just one of those things where if you're going to throw it out there, you might as well see if you catch anyone. You don't always have to rely on that ability to go ahead and set things up with the tech charge, for example. And that's one of the advantage here. So they're going to fight for this Lord. They're in positioning. Boy, it could be in trouble here. He's tanking up a lot, but he is a Grok. So he's just going to go ahead and continue to deal with this. Oh, why the final slash on the Grok?
Way too early now. Boyd Snow has to dash out of there. And already Team Falcon's positioning is compromised. Mythic Seal now have regained control of this Lord. Boyd will have to exfil his way into this fight. Boye, ultimate protectors got to do. It is sniper control. They want a clean flash right now, and they're using the Zushin, but it will not be enough. They will be punished, and now Ruby DD again 2 little damage, but will not be enough as well. He's taken out. Easton transfers to the top lane just to heal up and actually get more for his team. It's a 1-for-1 trade-off, a roamer for an XP laner. As the usual this time, Pink Flash is just under duress the entirety of this Lord fight. And unfortunately, the traction call from miss. Sanji's ultimate is now back up. And even after that bad positioning coming up from Team Falcons, Mythic Seal still cannot take over this Lord.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to get it just yet, too. They decided to give the call for King Flash to go grab both his buffs. He used the Retribution earlier on, too, so, you know, it's going to be up here in a couple seconds. So now they're in a position once again. It's basically a full reset. The difference here is some battle spells being down, especially for Team Falcons. Mount Shock are going to be used. They're going to press it.
Okay. Halfway to Lord, even third versus Boye with the ultimate of Sanji. And he has to back out. He's no, but he comes the final slash. Made up to a couple will take out Kun from the backside. It comes over Priest, and it will be done there for the Fedrin, and they will get more. That will be the exchange, but they have collected 3 kills already. Now they want to punch Ruby DD this time. Sano will escape death once more, a triple for the Granger, and they have Bracer's Wrath for the Fedrin with the Retribution to aid the team of Falcons in this push. Only Senzu left. Nice too. I don't know if this is deathable for Senzu.
I don't know. It's only Zenzu, man. Can he do it? He's got to clear out this wave.
Has to clear the wave. But the big minions out there. Troll wants to really apply the pressure onto this one. Sano just quietly takes out the base. Team of Falcons have found an opening against Mythic Seal. Once again, game 1 goes to Team Falcons.
Oh, you can see this here too. The comms afterwards. Wonder what was being said here for Team Falcons. I think they were, again, you know, really wanted to lock on that win. Crazy play, too, that they were able to get that Lord. Boy, it did go down in that last Lord that he secured, but again, that Fraser's Wrath, the Retribution combo, helping us secure it. So we're going to be thrown over to the panel here to break down a game number 1 for Team Falcons on this victory.
And that's game 1 in the books, and it's Team Falcons who strike first in this best of 3. A confident opening from Falcons showing exactly why they are such dangerous team in a single elimination series. But credits where it's due to Mythic Seal didn't make that easy at all.
To be honest,
Roots?
Falcons.
They did a great job. They did a
Yeah,
wonderful
I
job,
know.
actually. You know, like Team Falcons. You know, they're Team Falcons. Their play is amazing. Although on the other hand, Mythic Seal was holding on so much, and I was actually watching, and I was like, Mythic Seal might actually have a chance. But then one fight happened, and it ended everything for Mythic Seal. One small mistake, and it was over for them. Although they know, and they should know. If they don't, they should know that, you know, Falcons will take advantage of mistakes, you know, and they know they have the experience to take advantage of enemies' mistakes, and that's what they did.
Yes, Soldier, when we look at the statistics, what can we say about this game?
See, for the Team Falcons and Mythical, it was a close game for both, but in the one team fights happens that change all the game rhythm, all the game things. Because Team Falcons, they took their priorities, how to make the fights and how to initiate the fight. Because they need to have a team fight, a structured team fight. And when they did it, they destroyed everything, they took the advantage. They know how to go to the front line, how to eliminate the damage dealer from Team Mythic. And now Team Mythic, it's handless and they don't have anything. And Team Falcon, they took this advantage very well.
And as you noticed, actually, Mythic Seal had the upper hand in the beginning of the game. They had the upper hand in destroying towers.
I agree.
They had the upper hand in controlling the map. They were controlling the map more than Falcon. I had some question marks with Arlott, Sanji, when he was playing with Arlott. But then I realized later on that they were actually planning for something. They had a plan, you know, going on. They were cooking, you know. And basically, when I saw this fight, I was like, okay, you know, they were cooking for that fight, you know. So